Right, hi Steve. So we're here to talk about Sparrows in a Hat this morning, and there's a few questions I think I'd like to ask you about the play, not only from my own behalf but also on the part of an audience member coming to see the show as well. So could you briefly tell us what the play's about and who is in it?
The play is about a relationship. So you start off with two characters, a male and a female, who've been together for 3 years at this point. It's New Year's Eve. And as often happens on New Year's Eve, they start to reevaluate things a little bit, and perhaps they're not quite as happy with each other as they would like to be. So the question is asked right at the beginning, is this relationship worth preserving? Is it going to even survive? And then what happens is they start talking about the past. And throughout the whole of the first act, each scene follows on from each other scene, apart from the first one, which is in the present. You then go back 31 years into the past, and the woman, Lisa, remains the same person throughout the first act. She's Lisa, but she's getting older each time. And then all the male characters are all her different boyfriends through that whole period. And then in the second act, it's the other way around. So the man, Michael, stays the same person, gets gradually getting older, and the woman, who's not Lisa, becomes all his girlfriends. So the point is that you look at their current relationship through the prism of their previous ones.
Very good. What was the inspiration for the play?
Some years ago I went to see the Phoenix Players. They did a play called Two.
Oh yes, I remember that.
It's a Jim Cartwright play, and that gave me an inkling of what is possible for two people to achieve on stage, playing different roles. It was stupendous. It remains the best piece of amateur theatre I've ever seen, by a long way.
And how much of the play, dare I ask you, is autobiographical?
Well, I'm required to say that all the characters in the play are fictional. Any resemblance to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
Right.
However, they do say that you should write about what you know. Some people who come to see it will recognise things, perhaps, is all I can say. There are things that are very similar to real things that have happened.
Well, in case any good friends of yours do come along, I think they should maintain a dignified silence.
Definitely, yes.
I've heard you mention the work of McLean in developing the script from scratch, which is what I know you've done here. How much of an influence has McLean's work been on you?
Well, quite a lot really. I mean, Mike Lee does it an awful lot better than me, but yeah, we use the same kind of workshopping technique. So it's basically, it works. He does it and it works really well. I do it and it usually causes havoc because I don't usually tell people I'm doing it.
Right.
And then I'm doing it. And unless I'm doing a sort of an accent or something so that the other person, in this particular play, Lucinda Toomey, unless she understands that we're workshopping, then it can be quite disturbing for her. But the point is, if she understands that we're workshopping, it doesn't work. You have to have a proper reaction at the beginning. So now it's kind of, it doesn't affect her anymore because she's good. She's really good at spotting it. But to begin with, it would be quite alarming for her, I think. But suddenly I would turn into a different human
So
being.
you'd suddenly address her in character without letting her know you're addressing her in character.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, it's a good job she's a robust individual. What challenges have you and Lucinda faced in developing the script?
Well, with me, the challenges have been physical as well as mental, because I managed to injure. I've injured myself too much, really. I have injuries to both feet, my right ankle, my right knee, and my back. It is mainly caused by dancing, which I am not really very equipped for. And I don't warm up properly, and I'm just a bit of a prat. So I spend quite a lot of time in pain. I'm now having cortisone injections to deal with the pain. Having lied to the doctors to say that it was I was trying to become fitter, and it was affecting my my fitness regime, my cycling, which I'm not doing. It's all to do with the play. But there's the other challenges are sort of quite well. There are things in my life, and unfortunately, because I didn't intend this as well, but things in Lucinda's life as well that are echoed in the play. And it's funny because you think that you've shoved all that to one side, and then you start doing a play about it or about something similar, and suddenly you find that you're in the throes of angst and depression and misery that really belongs in the past. Well, that was a totally unintended consequence, and I really wish it hadn't happened, but I hope it adds to the performance, so at least we get something good out of it.
So it seems to me you've put a lot of your heart and soul into this project. So given what you've just told me, how have you managed to stay sane, and how has Lucinda managed to stay sane?
Well, it's all going to be over soon. I mean, in another less than 4 weeks from when we're speaking now, it'll all be finished. And that's what I'm focused on now.
Right.
I think that when it's all done, we'll look back and we'll say, oh, that was a real achievement. We really did something different and interesting there that you don't normally see. But really, until that point, we're just going to get there and...
Okay. Thinking about the venue, what made you choose the Bear Pit Theatre for the production?
I wanted to do it in the round. I don't want to give too much away because I want people to come and see it without really having too many expectations. But it's the kind of play that will work much better in the round. It has an intimate feel, and the Bear Pit is a wonderful space, and we've performed there in the round before, although it's not used very much. And again, it will never be a play in the round at the Bear Pit again, because they're putting in new seating so you can't move it. So there was another chance to sort of be the last play in the round at the Bear Pit as well. It's just a great space. It's a cockpit.
Yes, well, we both found that with other productions. As we both know, this is going to be Second Thought's 100th production. So what significance does this have for you?
I am the last active member of Second Thoughts who was around during the first production, which was at Binton Village Hall. And I think it's kind of fitting that I should be heavily involved in the 100th one as well. When I think of how far we've come, where we started and where we've ended up, in some ways it's a bit Back to the Future-ish, what we're trying to do here. We started out as a theatre group that was set up simply to produce one play, initially a rehearsed reading of a play that Phil Trory had written about Nostradamus. And we were set up with the idea of doing fairly original things. We spent almost a whole year fannying around trying to get this Nostradamus thing to work in one way, shape or form or another, and doing other stuff before Estelle Hand actually almost forced us to start doing proper plays, and we ended up being really successful at it. But one thing that I feel a bit sad about is that we've only very rarely done the thing that we were originally set up for. And this 100th production is exactly the kind of thing that we were set up to do.
Well, that makes it very exciting. What do you want audiences to go away thinking about the play?
Just want them to go away thinking about the play. I want them to be thinking, realising things, understanding things. You know how it is when you go and see something and it really engages you. Sometimes a couple of hours later you might think, oh yeah, you kind of realise something. Or people are talking about what they've seen rather than talking about Did you feed the cat before we came out? What am I supposed to do tomorrow? I just want them to be engaged and to be moved by it, I hope.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing it myself. One last question, Steve. If you had your time over again with this project, would you have done anything differently?
I wouldn't have done it.
Oh, really?
No, I set off quite naively into this this whole thing, thinking it was going to be... I don't know what I thought it was going to be. I mean, apart from anything else, it's a massive self-indulgence. Think about it for a moment. Steve Farr writes a play, largely about him, but he directs, and he appears in with his girlfriend. I mean, it's... How many insecurities am I trotting out on parade there? What am I doing? What am I saying to all these people, many of whom will know me, come and see this play, all about me, starring me, with me, and my girlfriend, directed by me. It's just... It boggles belief, so it really is, it boggles my mind. I mean, how it happened, I don't know. But, and every step of the way has been absolute agony. It's been terrible. But I do think we have ended up with something that genuinely people will not have seen before, that you could go to 1,000 amateur productions of various plays. You will not see anything like this. It is crafted to be different. And it's also designed with, well, I had one person in mind actually when I wrote it, to somebody who would appeal to it. There's a woman called Linda White, who I made come to one of my plays once, and who doesn't normally come to plays, and I thought frequently throughout the whole thing, as I was writing it, would she like this? Would this be interesting? Because I want people who don't normally come to the theatre to come and see it.
We can't end on a stronger note than that. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you, Ian.
Very best of luck with the production. I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you.